Hey there, fellow Americans. Breaking news that could affect your wallet. Social Security recipients are about to see some serious cash hitting their accounts. Have you been anxiously checking your bank account for that latest Social Security payment? Well, I've got the inside scoop on exactly when that $5,489 payment is landing and what you need to know. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss out on crucial updates about your benefits and money-saving tips that could put more cash in your pocket. Now, let me tell you why this particular payment is catching everyone's attention. The Social Security Administration has just announced their latest direct deposit schedule, and it's not your usual rollout. For the first time in recent memory, they're implementing a staggered approach that's going to affect millions of beneficiaries differently depending on their situation. But don't worry, I'm going to break down exactly what this means for you and when you can expect to see that money land in your account. Have you ever wondered why some people get their payments before others? Well, it all comes down to a carefully orchestrated system that the Social Security Administration has perfected over decades. And this January 2025 payment schedule is particularly interesting because it's bringing some changes that could affect when you receive your money. The $5,489 payment represents a significant increase from previous years, thanks to the latest cost of living adjustment that's been implemented to help seniors cope with rising inflation. But here's what's really interesting: the way they're handling paper checks this time around is completely different from what we've seen before. Speaking of paper checks, let me address one of the biggest questions I've been getting from viewers. Why are some people still getting paper checks when most have switched to direct deposit? The answer might surprise you. While about 99% of Social Security recipients now use direct deposit, there's still a small but significant group who rely on physical checks, and the Social Security Administration has made some fascinating changes to accommodate them. These changes are particularly important for those living in rural areas or those who've had issues with banking access. But here's where things get really interesting: the direct deposit schedule for this January 2025 payment is based on your birth date, but with a twist. The Social Security Administration has implemented a new rolling schedule that's designed to reduce system overload and ensure everyone gets their payments as efficiently as possible. Are you wondering where you fall in this schedule? Let me break it down for you in a way that makes it crystal clear. For those getting their payments via direct deposit, the rollout begins this week, but here's what you need to know: if your birthday falls between the 1st and 10th of the month, you're in the first wave. That means your $5,489 payment should hit your account by Wednesday. Have you checked your account yet? Many recipients in this group are already reporting seeing pending deposits. But what if your birthday falls later in the month? Don't worry, I've got you covered on that too. Now, let's talk about something that's causing quite a bit of confusion: the paper check schedule. The Social Security Administration has completely revamped how they're handling physical checks for January 2025. If you're still receiving paper checks, you might be wondering why they've made these changes. Well, it all comes down to improving security and ensuring timely delivery, especially given some of the Postal Service challenges we've seen in recent years. But here's the thing: the paper check schedule is different from the direct deposit schedule, and there's a very good reason for that. One question that keeps coming up in the comments is, why is this payment amount higher than what I usually receive? The answer lies in several factors that have come together to create this increased payment. First, there's the cost of living adjustment that I mentioned earlier, but there's more to it than just that. The Social Security Administration has also implemented some changes in how they calculate benefits, and for many recipients, this has resulted in a higher monthly payment. Are you curious about whether these changes will affect your future payments as well? Here's something many people don't realize about these Social Security payments: they're not just about retirement benefits. The $5,489 payment also applies to disability recipients and other Social Security programs. But there's a catch: the timing might be slightly different depending on which program you're enrolled in. Have you been keeping track of which Social Security program your benefits come from? It's crucial to understand this because it could affect when you receive your payment. Let's dive deeper into the paper check schedule for January 2025, because this is where some significant changes are happening. The Social Security Administration has implemented a new geographical distribution system for paper checks, which means your location could affect when your check arrives. But why did they make this change? It all comes down to improving efficiency and ensuring that recipients in different parts of the country receive their checks as close to the same time as possible. Have you noticed any changes in when your checks usually arrive? One aspect of these payments that often gets overlooked is the tax implications. As we head into 2025, there have been some changes in how Social Security benefits are taxed, and this could affect how much of that $5,489 you actually get to keep. But don't worry, there are some strategies you can use to minimize your tax burden. Are you familiar with the new tax brackets for Social Security benefits? Understanding this could save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars over the course of the year. Something else that's crucial to understand about these January 2025 payments is how they relate to Medicare premiums. If you're enrolled in Medicare, you might have noticed some changes in how your premiums are deducted from your Social Security payments. The new year has brought some adjustments to Medicare costs, and this could affect your net payment amount. But here's the good news for many recipients: the increase in Social Security benefits more than offsets any Medicare premium increases. Now, let's address something that's causing some concern among recipients: the verification process for these payments. The Social Security Administration has implemented some new security measures for 2025, and this might affect how you access your benefits information. Have you updated your My Social Security account recently? If not, you might want to do that soon, because these new security measures require all recipients to have up-to-date information on file. One question that keeps popping up in my inbox is about supplemental payments. Some states provide additional supplements to federal Social Security benefits, and these supplements might be included in your January 2025 payment. But here's what's interesting: the amount and timing of these supplements can vary significantly depending on where you live. Have you checked whether your state offers supplemental payments? This could mean extra money in your pocket that you didn't even know about. Let's talk about something that's particularly relevant for new Social Security recipients: the waiting period for your first payment. If you've just started receiving Social Security benefits, you might be wondering why your payment schedule seems different from everyone else's. The good news is that once you're in the system, your payments will follow the regular schedule one discussed earlier. But for that first payment, there are some specific rules you need to be aware of. Here's something that might surprise you about these January 2025 payments: they're actually part of a larger change in how the Social Security Administration handles benefit distributions. These changes are designed to make the system more efficient and secure, but they also mean that recipients need to be more proactive about managing their benefits. Have you noticed any other changes in how your benefits are handled recently? Understanding these changes is crucial for ensuring you receive your payments without any hiccups. One aspect of these payments that's particularly interesting is how they reflect broader economic trends. The $5,489 amount isn't just a random number, it's carefully calculated based on various economic indicators and cost of living factors. But here's what's really fascinating: these calculations are now using a new formula that better accounts for the specific expenses that most affect seniors and other Social Security recipients. Are you curious about how these calculations might affect your future benefit amounts? Let's address something that many people are concerned about: the sustainability of these increased payments. With all the talk about Social Security's future, you might be wondering whether these higher payments are here to stay. The good news is that these increases are built into the system and protected by law, but there are some important things you need to understand about how future adjustments might work. Have you been following the discussions about Social Security's long-term funding? Now, here's something practical that every recipient needs to know: what to do if your payment doesn't arrive as scheduled. Whether you're receiving your payment via direct deposit or paper check, the Social Security Administration has specific procedures in place for handling delayed or missing payments. But here's the key: you need to know exactly when to report a missing payment and how to do it. Have you ever had to deal with a delayed payment? Understanding the proper procedures can help you resolve any issues quickly. One more crucial aspect of these January 2025 payments that we need to discuss is how they might affect other benefits you're receiving. If you're getting multiple types of benefits, such as Social Security retirement and veterans benefits, or if you're receiving SSI in addition to regular Social Security, the timing and amount of your payments might be affected differently. Have you checked how these various benefits interact with each other? Understanding these interactions can help you better plan your monthly budget. Before we wrap up, let's talk about something that could affect future payments: the importance of keeping your information up to date with the Social Security Administration. With all these changes happening in 2025, it's more important than ever to ensure that your contact information, direct deposit details, and other personal information are current. Have you reviewed your information recently? Taking a few minutes to verify everything could save you hours of headaches later. And there you have it, everything you need to know about the $5,489 Social Security payments rolling out this January 2025. But here's one final thought to consider: these changes represent just one part of the ongoing evolution of our Social Security system. Staying informed about these changes is crucial for managing your benefits effectively. Have you found this information helpful? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss out on important updates about your benefits. Also, drop a comment below letting me know if you've received your payment yet or if you have any questions about the new schedule. Remember, we're all in this together, and sharing our experiences helps everyone in our community stay better informed.